Hey everybody, how you guys doing? So today I'm going to be looking at Elsword's Discord suggestions again. I haven't done this in a while, but somebody on one of my videos asked that I do this again. I can't remember whose comment that was, but thank you whoever asked me, because yeah, I'm doing another one. I'm going to be doing it a bit different. Before, I think going in order was nice, but there's just way too many suggestions. Look, we're at 1,600, so it would just take me forever to do that, and no one was really recommending me any suggestions to look at. But you guys can still do that if you want to in the comments below. If you want me to look at a specific suggestion, just tell me the number, and I'll make sure to get that that's a priority. But I think for this time, I'm just gonna go in reverse order, so I'll just do the newest ones because I feel like maybe those are the most relevant to talk about. Because the big problem with a lot of the older ones were that sometimes they were unrelevant topics. So let's just go into it with suggestion 1,682. Okay. Lessen the CPU requirement of Trosh's Nest and Abandoned Ice Rate Plant and make it more playable, especially for players who need to / advance throughout the game. While Rigomor has 270k and Abandoned Deep Sea Tunnel has 320k, which only has a 500k CP difference, the next 3rd and 4th Rigomor dungeons shouldn't it also have the same quality? I was wondering why Titan's Guard, the last dungeon of Rigomor, only has a 500 CP requirement, but is the last dungeon in Rigomor. Isn't it safe to say that it should be the hardest of all? This is just a suggestion. Okay, so one thing, this might be a new player. The reason why the CP requirements for those dungeons are so odd, here I'll even show it to you guys. The reason why the CP requirements of these are so odd is because Rigomor used to be a lot different. Before you had to do every single dungeon once to do your dailies, and the CP requirements were just they were more closer in relation to each other. I think even Sea of Ruin was a bit higher. I think Sea of Ruin was 300,000. And then 320 still, and then it would just keep going like that. The reason why it was changed is because a lot of people couldn't get into Rigomor and do all the Rigomor dailies, so they made it so you had to do just a Rigomor dungeon 5 times, and they decreased the CP requirement from Sea of Ruin to 270. That's why it's such an awkward number as well, because I don't think anything else has a weird, well, there's a lot of awkward numbers, but yeah, that's why it's such an awkward number. And that's why, and to going forward with that, at the time, and still kind of now, Trosh's Nest and Abandoned Ice Rate were the best places to grind. Trosh's Nest for EXP and Ice Rate for drops. And because of that, their CP requirement was boosted so high, because since you can make the Rigomor set from just Sea of Ruin, they had made the CP requirement really high, because you just make the Rigomor set with Sea of Ruin, and after that point, you should be able to get to a Trosh's Nest and Abandoned Ice Rate plant. That's pretty much the reason why it's like that right now. So we got suggestion 1,681. Now this is a suggestion channel, but please fix the glitch / bug where you can't even type when you press enter. It always disappears when lag FPS, so you need to wait until you didn't lag and then you can type normal. It's annoying. I agree with that. I don't know if they can change that. I don't know if it's I'm not a game developer, so I don't know things like that. But what they're talking about is if you're in a dungeon or anything like that, you can't just type normally, just type whatever. Until either it's a lag thing or it's either your damage stops coming out. I think that's what it might be. I'm not completely sure, but I think a lot of people have experienced this. At least for me, in my experience, if I do Rain of Fire, my fireballs are still hitting. When I try to type something, it'll take away my chat box, and I have to type it multiple times. And then there's a lag thing where it doesn't come out quite fast. Yeah, it's really annoying. If they can fix it, that'd be great. If they don't fix it, it's not the end of the world. That's how I see it on that. Yeah, we're blasting through these. Let's go. Suggestion 1,680. Maybe it would be a good idea to upgrade Elsword Client to 64-bit. It's been 10 years. Okay, we've talked about this before, and another one of the discussion videos. So let me quickly address this. Unfortunately, Elsword KOG, their company, has to answer to Nexon KR. So if they want to change to a 64-bit whatever and upgrade all that stuff, they have to go through Nexon KR first. If Nexon KR says okay, go, they can go. If they don't say okay, go, then they can't go, and that's pretty much what it is. It's Nexon KR that they have to go through to do things like this. And we have suggestion 1,679. Create a quest / system, whatever it could be, that allows the player to make their promo costume permanent. Okay, it's funny. A lot of these we talked about before. Just a quick thing with this one. I don't know why they don't do make promo costumes permanent. My theory is that the only way for them to do it in a way that makes sense, so they can earn profit, is to kind of even put them in sort of ice burners. But if they do that, I think people might get angry, So maybe that's why they don't do it, because they need to have some type of profit from it. Or I guess they could make it buyable, like sure, make it buyable. But I think another reason is maybe if people get the promo, they won't be willing enough to get other costumes, maybe, because a lot of people might seem like, okay, this promo costume is what this character should be, so they won't get any costumes in the future. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. Those are some reasons I thought of. Yeah. We got 1,678 new portrait icon for masterclass. Oh, they're talking about, I think, this thing right here in the top left, as you can see. So when we have masterclass cut in, can I show it to you guys? Customize. Here we go. So masterclass cut in, you know, looks beautiful. I think everybody loves their masterclass cut in. Where is it? Is it not here? I have no idea what it is. Or it's the awakening thing, right? Yeah, I think it's okay. It's when you awaken. I think, yeah, people are talking about, so masterclass cut-in, I believe, is not here. Yeah, it's not here. So first of all, masterclass cut-in's not here. And then there's no portrait for masterclass, even though we had a we had a transcendence portrait. That didn't go through. Okay, actually, I legitimately actually kind of do want to show it off to you guys, so you guys can see how cool it is. So what they're saying is they want their portrait thing in the top left to be masterclass portrait, because the last portrait we had was a third job portrait, which still looks great. But the fact is, like I said before, because since Transcendence has a portrait, it's kind of unfair that Masterclass doesn't have it, because Masterclass is kind of like the new Transcendence when you know it, when you think about it. Do I just set the options for it? My cuttings, please. So they're talking about this thing right here. You know, the little animated thing looks absolutely beautiful. So they're either saying if they can add this little icon for the other skills, but you know, who uses skill cut-ins? Am I right, chat? Like, nice chat. Who uses skill cut-ins? But I think the important thing is they want to put it here in the top left as a portrait icon, and I think that'd be absolutely beautiful if you can just have this raven face right here be the portrait icon. 100,000,000%, I would make that my portrait icon. I think that'd be a great idea. I'm all in with this suggestion. I'm gonna thumbs it up right now, or arrow up. It's arrow up. Yeah, I'm gonna arrow that up. That looks yes. That'd be so good. Please do that. Please, Gaoji, please. I would love it. Suggestion 1,677. Modify how we can put guild points into the guild bank. If I have 100 of them in a stack, I only want to put 20 of them in. Add a window how much I can modify. What's the point? Somebody, man. Maybe with some of these questions, I might have to look at their discussion about it, because I can't see the point unless you're in multiple guild. Okay, the only thing I can see, are they bank shareable? Where are my gold cards? No, they can't be. What's the point then? I'm confused. Somebody, please, and somebody in the comments or something like that, explain it to me. Why would you need a threshold to put in guild? Like, why would you want to save guild coins? And okay, and regardless as well, there is something you can do. If you put them in your bank, like say I want to put 15 in, it's like bam, then put this 15 in the guild chest, and then you can keep that other 15. So that if you really want to do that, that's one way to do that. But I can't see a point. That's my main thing right now. I just can't see the point of putting not all of your guild coins in at once. Like this person wants a window and modify how much they can put in the guild bank instead of taking it all. Like, I just don't see why they want to do that. And suggestion 1,676. Add back a Gate of Darkness Hell mode. Would this mode have the old 3-headed Dragon Gate with the droppable Wyvern accessories, including Void Wyvern, as possible drops? This is because a ton of the old Wyvern accessories, all unobtainable anymore, are good for wardrobe and gives Gate of Darkness more value. Who could know always make Wyvern accessory at old stats, also experience content that has been long since been abandoned and was loved by the same time by many old players such as myself. Okay, real quick before I talk about anything in this actual thing, I like how it's funny how they're saying gives the Gate of Darkness more value. Like, bro, you know Gate of Darkness is the most ran dungeon in this game. This dungeon doesn't need more value. This dungeon has more value than anything else in the game. Like, I would love to see like the actual numbers of how many times people have cleared Gate of Darkness, because Gate of Darkness buff is so amazing. It's just kind of funny how they say give you Gate of Darkness more value. Gate of Darkness has plenty of value. Like, out of all the dungeons in the game, Gate of Darkness definitely has the most value. So I think it's funny. But yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, for you guys who don't remember, Gate of Darkness used to be a tower defense. It used to be a tower defense. There used to be an L crystal right at the end. And well, it still is tower. I say it used to be tower defense, but I know I'm mistaken. I'm mistaken. It used to be like a like it used to be tower defense, yes, but there also used to be a boss in the background. Bone Wyvern from Dragon Nest Abyss. There used to be a like 3-headed version, and as you were doing the tower defense thing, the game would actually show you like the different waves, and I think every 5 waves the dragon would start attacking you, and you had to do something about that. It's been so long, dude. It's been so long. But the problem with old Gate of Darkness was that that's before we had the party kick system, and what people would do is they would AFK next to the crystal, or as we would see it in now in Gate of Darkness, they would AFK next to the player thing. So they would just AFK there, and it's either and you had limited entries too, so the other 3 people just had to carry the dungeon, had to carry this tower defense dungeon, because somebody would just AFK here, and then they would still get the rewards, and it sucked, and it was really bad. But since we have party kick system, I don't think that would be such a bad thing now. And yeah, because Gate of Darkness is just easy, because you can just, you really just, like, what you do is just you go to the end, and then you kill the actual gate. Before you actually had to do this dungeon, by the way, like, you actually had to, like, worry about, like, which mobs you were sending out and things like that. Like, mobs, like, actually mattered. And it was amazing when you got Tarnavash or something as your helper. They helped out a lot. And there used to be NPCs here to help you, and yeah, it used to be something you can do. I think that'd be cool, but don't replace the Gate of Darkness we have now. Like, they could make it so, I think this person said in their suggestion, yeah, Gate of Darkness Hell mode. So normal mode would be normal Gate of Darkness, and then Hell mode would be just like the classic Gate of Darkness with like the multiple waves, because I think Elsword doesn't have a tower defense mode, a PvE tower defense mode. I think it'd be really cool if they brought back Gate of Darkness, brought back the old Wyvern Dragon. They could put old Wyvern accessories in there. Maybe put something else in there as well. I'm trying to think of something. I don't know why Coralite Seeds is the first thing I thought of, but maybe like a 1%, 5% Coralite Seeds. Sure, I'm just saying some nonsense that I can think of off the top of my head, as people would like. Or Blessed Time and Space Scrolls. Maybe that's a free-to-play way to get Time and Space Scrolls. Like, then again, they're internets. Whatever. I'm rambling. The point is, I think it'd be cool for a Gate of Darkness Hell mode. I actually agree with this suggestion. To kind of bring it back, because there is no tower defense mode in any of the dungeons. We got horde modes, we got like boss modes, but there's no tower defense mode because it used to be Gate of Darkness, but now Gate of Darkness is just an easy way to get a really good buff. So yes, I agree with this statement, suggestion. I think there should be a normal mode Gate of Darkness, which is the normal thing, and a hell mode Gate of Darkness, which is like the old classic actual tower defense. I think actual tower defense with 4 people, I think it would be really cool, and I think we can eliminate the idea of people just sandbagging at the end, because there's a party kick system now. So, yep. Yeah, I think that's going to call it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the dude who recommended I do Discord suggestions again and again. At the end, let me tell you guys again, if you want me to look at specific suggestions, like you want to hear me talk about it, please tell me the number of the suggestion in the comments. Just give me the number, and I'll make sure to look it up in the next episode. As well, there is no share your guide this week, because I still only have 1 guide. There's still only 1 guide, and I'm not going to do a video with 1 guide. I want at least 3. If it gets to the point where literally no one's giving me any guides, like, eventually I'm going to do that one. But I'm just waiting right now. I'm just waiting on the share your guide series. So the Discord suggestions is kind of like what I can do in the meantime on every Friday. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see. It's completely free, so why not do it? Leave a comment with your suggestions, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day.